Hey guys, good evening. It's Doug and Four Towers, and we're going to talk about a interesting topic tonight. Haircuts and health clubs return.
Yes.
Is this a good idea? Personally, myself, I really don't think so. With our case numbers now back up around 2,000.
Today, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's 2,400 and something. And about 54% of them are now the variants.
And okay, so see, here's the issue: the variant percentile is increasing
and taking over.
And we're still having issues with increased cases in our school systems.
Mm-hmm. Peel itself, the Peel system, like Peel Board, not the Catholic Board, there's 4 schools closed right now.
So
due to cases.
We're in a modified gray zone here in Peel region. Okay, we've just opened patio dining.
Yeah, about a week ago.
Now, they're going to as we found out, they're going to stagger the salons and the health clubs.
Right. Fitness clubs, I believe, are first.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's this coming week, or it might be the beginning of next week. They're allowed, but it's not indoor; it's outdoor fitness classes, which might be okay as long as they're limited in number and they're outside.
Of course,
that might be all right. And then the hair salons, I believe, and like personal care, so nails, I believe, are included in that too. I believe are the next week after that, so April 12th.
Okay.
They're going to be allowed to open.
Now, all right, I'm of two minds of this. Yes, I feel for the small businesses. I feel for these people because they have been shut for so long, and then when they finally get opened, they're only open for a short period of time. They're shut again. I want to see them open up, but also now's really not the time.
Right.
We're doing another upswing in cases. Who knows if we have a potential lockdown looming?
This is the thing. I mean, they're talking about they just pretty much declared a third wave.
Mm-hmm.
The Ontario or city of Toronto doctors pretty much declared. No, it's the Ontario. Williams, I think, declared a third wave.
Mm-hmm.
So now you just opened patios up. I mean, they're like a minimum capacity, but still.
Yes.
And then just the lockdown areas, not the ones like are in red or orange or any of the others. And then now you're going to open up fitness, but outside, and then hair salons the week after that. So I don't know. I mean, even Mississauga's Mayor Bonnie Crombie was talking recently. Now, she's been trying to push for Mississauga to go into the red zone because the numbers in Mississauga have relatively been lower than, say, the rest of Peel, a.k.a. Brampton. So, but a lot of them don't want to say that. But because the only other city in Peel is Caledon, and their numbers aren't even anywhere close to ours. So that I've seen. So when they're talking about Peel, they're mostly talking about Brampton.
Of course, yes.
So, but now she's kind of changed her tune, and even though she's happy that a lot of these businesses are allowed to at least open at some capacity, she's worried, like you were saying, it could be another stay-at-home order and potentially province-wide lockdown because now look, our case numbers are edging toward 3,000 again.
Yep.
And the experts, the doctors, are saying the third wave could be even worse than the first 2 waves. And I mean, the second wave lasts for us. Did it ever really end? I mean,
well,
it's been going on for about 5 months. So, I mean, has it really ended?
I would say no, because we never really got an official, okay, we're out of the second wave, we're going to try and get back on our feet kind of thing.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, the numbers just haven't gone down that much.
You know,
we're not sitting at 3,000, but we've been at 1,000 or close to 1,000 for months.
Exactly.
So.
And I really don't my stance is no. Let's not do this because we did have issues previously in I believe when the second wave was announced that they did have issues in hair salons where a few
nail
salons where proper protocol wasn't being followed.
Mm-hmm. And see, that therein is the issue with any of this. I mean, again, like we said this before, the major driver's never been the restaurants or small businesses. Not really.
No.
It's mostly these mostly warehouses and manufacturing that have been the problem here. And they're almost not following the protocols. And, of course, the private gatherings and all that have been the main drivers of this. Like, gyms haven't really been either. So, I mean, I get why they've been wanting to open.
Mm-hmm.
I can see if it's an outside thing, if they've allowed patios to reopen. Yeah, if it's an outside fitness, fine. That's good. I guess if they're following proper protocol with hair salons specifically, really I haven't heard of any outbreaks from any hair salons at all, not for a year.
No.
So, because they've been fairly stringent, like you can't even wait inside, you have to be called in. So there's very few people inside at any time. So it's less than actually even the guidelines stating.
Yes.
So I guess as long as they're wearing proper
masking
PPE and everything,
then
I guess, I don't know. But the problem is with the nail salons, that seems to be where the problem lies with the personal care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I'm of two minds of this. There doesn't seem to have been any kind of outbreak at any of them that we're aware of. But is it the right time with the variants? Which, when now they're talking about double masking.
Yes.
Well, now that's another issue because you're a hair salon, you're really close proximity, and now with these more infectious variants, is this a good idea?
And you're in physical contact with that individual,
right? Well, that's what you have to be. You have to be less than 6 feet apart.
Exactly.
What, maybe even not even less than a foot apart. So
in that sense, I think let's keep the hair salons and the nail salons shut. The only reason I say this is because you cannot properly social distance in these spaces because you cannot do someone's nails or cut someone's hair 6 feet away from them.
No, that'd be a feat.
That would be impressive, but it's
impressive, but it's not really practical.
So,
and I know they were actually asking, and I mean, I remember thinking that's just not doable. They were asking whether or not they could do it outside, cut hair outside, and it's like, I don't really know how you would do that. What are you going to do, hold their head over a bucket and hose their head down with a garden hose? I mean, like, it's just not doable outside. And, I mean, the salon owners were very polite about it.
Oh, for sure.
And they were basically saying, that'd be a little difficult to do.
Oh, of course.
But, I mean, under normal circumstances, if we didn't have the variants, then I would say maybe, you could reopen the salons, because if you're allowing patio dining and stuff like that, if there's good ventilation, there's only like 1 or 2 customers if it's a bigger salon.
Of
and
course.
at the time, then maybe. But the problem is now you got the variants, and now they're saying double masking and things like that might be more appropriate. I don't know. I mean, now you're putting yourself at a higher risk.
Well, and see, there's the issue as well. The variants are more.
And they're now proving to be more deadly, and to younger people.
And that's what we've noticed. We've seen in the news media that a lot more cases in the hospital are the younger generation,
under 40.
So, being affected by these new variants. Where in the previous permutations
to be a little, not to say younger people didn't get infected, but it tended to affect the older
Yes.
more, and there's a reason it's starting to switch because more older people are being vaccinated.
Yes.
So, I mean, 70% of 80-year-olds have been vaccinated now.
And congratulations on your folks
Yes,
getting their
they
first shot.
got their first shot, and your mom got her
Yes.
first shot, and your dad's getting his first shot. So, but the older people are getting protected.
Mm-hmm.
But that, for those who don't who think let's just protect them and everybody else go on with their lives, well, the ICUs are still pretty full, and it's not the 80-year-olds.
No.
It's those who are younger, and it's not even 60, 70, even 50-year-olds. It's under 40 that they're seeing.
Yeah.
And why? They're the ones hanging out together.
Yeah.
They're the ones going to parties.
Exactly.
And blah, blah, blah. I mean, we've seen teenagers hanging out in big groups.
Of course.
In our area, even.
Of course.
So, and they're saying, yes, these aren't, this isn't like a flu to them. These are serious cases that they're seeing. So, and of course, ICU's going up and all that. And what they're going to have to start to stress, and they should have done it from the beginning, which I think is a failure on our part.
Of course it is.
For this whole thing, is stress that, yes, younger people can get serious illness from this as well. And we're not talking those who are immunocompromised beforehand.
No.
Because what they're saying is those that are in hospital now, at this very moment, were previously healthy.
Yeah.
Now have it and are on ventilators or are in ICU. And that's right now.
So it kind of lends into what we're talking about. Like,
Right. Of course, because you have to kind of weigh all this. We've said we know a couple of hairdressers.
Oh yes.
We want them to stay around.
Of
we
course.
want gyms to stay around. We want restaurants to stay around. It's just, how do you do that safely? Like I said, the fitness, if they could do it outside and they're able to do that outside, then fine, that's great.
Yes.
Hair salon, they're going to find that too difficult.
Of
They
course.
can't do that. Now, I don't know, if they're, how do you screen that? I mean, maybe do something like the schools are doing, but they're, let's face it, not doing that great of a job of it either, is screening. I mean, the staff have to screen themselves before they go to work. Maybe if they have to do that, or maybe if, I don't know, I don't even know how to do it with your customers. So, maybe if it's just one or two people in there, or it's well ventilated or something, maybe, because like we said, they're not the biggest driver of this and never have been. So you're kind of like, yeah. But now with the variants, well, now it's doubled your chance, pretty much, because they're saying it's 50% more contagious.
Yes.
So that's doubling your chances of getting it. So I guess you need a haircut that bad. You're putting yourself at risk, I guess.
So my stance on this is, I think they kind of jumped the gun on this aspect.
Yeah.
They didn't really properly prepare some sort of procedural for the hair salons and that, because now with the new variants on the playing field.
Well, if you think about it, they've gotten more time to open up than the restaurants do.
Yeah.
The restaurants got, a weekend? If
exactly.
That, maybe the next day.
Oh, FYI, guess what, guys?
Guess what? You can be open. That's literally how fast it was for restaurants.
But let's put it out there to you guys before we let you go for the evening. How do you feel about hair salons and health clubs reopening? Do you agree with this?
Or do you think people should wait another little while, maybe even towards summer, for this to open up?
We would love to hear from you. Send us an email about this. Put in the title episode 7 and send it to cupofjoechat@gmail.com and let us know what you think.
Yeah, and then we could talk about it maybe on a next episode.
Because it's important to see where you guys stand. So, we've told you where we stand on this. Let's hear what you guys think.
Well, because I think the only way we're really going to get through this is to work together instead of protesting mass and lockdowns and all this, and then you got this side that are like, no, everything needs to be shut down until it's completely eradicated. There has to be somewhere in the middle so that businesses don't go under, but we keep most people safe too.
Well, that's
so where that is, I don't know, because like we've talked about, our vaccination plan is
pedestrian,
slower than molasses. So
So I want to thank you for coming in and talking.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. And we'd like to thank you guys for coming in and having a coffee and a chat with us. Like I said before, send us an email, let us know what you think about it, and we'll see you guys next week.